Alabama enters week 6 of the college football season unbeaten. Next up for them, Texas A&M. They go on the road. Michael Casagrande joining me now from Tuscaloosa to discuss some comments, some analysis, and some things that Nick Saban addressed in his press conference today. We'll start with the injuries. Deshaun Hand, Trayvon Diggs, both injured. What's the update on their status and their prognosis for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a good thing, a good news, bad news situation with both of those guys. Neither one will appear to be ready to play this Saturday at Texas A&M, but neither one of them seem to have very long-term injuries or ones that will keep them out for the rest of the season. Obviously, the big one everyone was talking about, Deshaun Hand, a very ugly-looking fall. It didn't look good at the time, but a strained MCL is what Nick Saban is continuing to say. A few weeks, but it will be the season ender that it may have appeared to be when you first see it happen and when you see the car come out. It wasn't a fun thing to watch. Trayvon Diggs, a foot injury, didn't specify, but a week or so, day-to-day questionable. But it doesn't look like he'll be able to play at Texas A&M.
Okay, so we'll continue to have those updates. Now, Nick Saban a little bit fiery after his post-game press conference against Ole Miss. Obviously, the score indicative of that, but we see Nick Saban do this a lot, usually when they go out and have such a strong performance and one of this capacity. It seems like Nick Saban does a little something in his press conferences to sort of fire his guys up, to kind of send a message. How does he keep his guys from being complacent when they've gone out and had such strong performances, outscoring their opponents 125-3 in the last 2 games?
Yeah, no, I said to the reporter next to me when Saban walked in on Saturday night, I said he's going to be mad. It just kind of had that feel of this was the kind of time where he has one of those moments where he's sending that message to the team that there are first world problems, I guess, in this kind of situation where you're number one, you've beaten the last 2 teams 125-3. You've got to keep finding that edge, that mental edge, to keep keep the team focused, because it's easy to drift away and to feel, as he talks about, being satisfied with the success. So whatever means necessary, and it gets more challenging where the first world problem comes in when you beat teams the way they've done it.
Now, Texas A&M today, Nick Saban saying one of the toughest and strongest opponents they'll face this season. As you kind of mentioned and alluded to there, Nick Saban tends to do that, obviously, week to week, giving their opponents, the credit that he feels they deserve. But Alabama, going up against these guys, where do you see this team to be the most competitive, or one of the most competitive teams Alabama will face this season?
Well, obviously the last few haven't been too competitive or even close to competitive, so they've got that definite edge in the SEC part of the season. But it's a team, they've won 4 straight. The UCLA loss in the first week was talked about quite a bit when you fall, when you lose after going ahead 38-10. Haven't been as, maybe impressive in the weeks afterwards. They've won the games, but haven't blown teams away. It hasn't been the A&M team that would crush teams. I think Nicholls State, they beat them 24-14. So it wasn't, it's not the blowout games, but they're a little bit different. They run the ball quite a bit. Christian Kirk is still the guy. He's their playmaker, a guy that Alabama remembers from 2015, the last time they played at Kyle Field. He returned a punt for a touchdown. So they've got playmakers. They're still kind of trying to put it together. It's been a little bit all over the place this early season, but they are 4-1. And outside of the Week 1 challenge that Florida State presented, this is obviously the best challenge since.
All right, thank you, Michael, so much for your insight and your analysis. Alabama kicking off against Texas A&M on the road, 6:15. For all your Alabama Crimson Tide updates and analysis, you can visit us on AL.com.